Nikolas Cassadine was bang in the middle of a major storyline on General Hospital when Ava bashed his head with a statue, and he seemingly fell to his death. This twist in the tale came shortly after actor Marcus Coloma on his hat as the Dark Prince. However, the makers roped in actor Adam Huss to take Nick's storyline to this end. A few episodes down the line, it was revealed that Nick hadn't died after all. Mason sneaked Nick to a long care facility, and that's where the Dark Prince has been combating coma, but it seems that it might finally be time for Sleeping Beauty to wake up. Are you wondering what makes us say so? While most fans believe that the Cassadine to fall to his death would be Nikolas, the one who actually died at General Hospital was Victor Cassadine. However, even in death, the legacy villain is far from done. The man was always a visionary, even if those visions were reeked of evil. He always had a plan B, so we aren't surprised at all that he left behind a well-etched will, an invitation to the reading of which has reached pretty much all the major players of Port Charles. The town's mayor, Laura Collins, will be hosting the will reading, and it will be attended by Spencer, Valentin, Ava, and Laura, amongst others. The latest General Hospital spoilers tease that ever since the will reading has come up, Spencer has been on edge. He fears that Victor must have definitely included some really twisted clauses in his will, and there is no telling what havoc they might create later. However, there might be much bigger havoc that may take the will reading by storm, and it would have nothing to do with Victor. It would be in the form of the most unexpected member of the Cassadine clan, Nikolas Cassadine. Oops. Ava better watch out. Not only did Ava bash Nick's head, she even left him for the dead in the stables of General Hospital. If it hadn't been for Mason, Nick may not have survived. Thus, chances are high that the Dark Prince will wake up from his coma off-screen and make a shocking appearance at Victor's will reading. We can assume that upon waking up, Mason must have filled him in on everything that Austin and Ava did, so it won't be surprising if Nick wakes up several shades darker and come back for more than just his share in the Cassadine wealth. He may want revenge. It will be exhilarating to see Nick and Ava go up against each other at General Hospital. The last time that happened, Ava had the upper hand on him, but this time around, the tables might turn. However, one mystery that still remains to be solved is who will play Nikolas Cassadine. The last time we saw him, actor Adam Huss portrayed him. So, will the makers hand over the gig to him on a permanent basis, or will we see a recast? What would you prefer? Tell us in the comments. Meanwhile, stay tuned to General Hospital to see what happens next. The latest General Hospital storyline is racing toward the finish line. In all likeliness, the climax will bring forth not just the end of Victor Cassadine's evil reign, but also his life. The impeccable star, Charles Shaughnessy, has already revealed that it is the end of his run as Victor on the Legacy soap. Thus, it's a no-brainer that Victor's death is right around the corner. But what would that mean for the empty spot he would leave behind on the soap? After all, Port Charles will never be Port Charles without a fierce villain trying to burn down the town. Well, the answer is quite simple. It is undoubtedly Victor Cassadine. But the Monday, May 8, 2023, episode teased that Victor could be cooked chicken in the haunted star explosion. It seemed that the body recovered from the wreckage belonged to Victor Cassadine. If there is any shred of doubt about Victor's ultimate fate, the upcoming episode will settle it. And in all likeliness, this storyline will conclude with Victor's death. However, this climax leaves us with a big question looming over our heads. Now that Victor is gone, who will take over his seat as the evil Cassadine patriarch? After all, as we said, Port Charles cannot be Port Charles without a Cassadine trying to bring the whole town down, if not the world. Certainly, his son Valentin did not inherit his evil gene, and any evil effect that he may have had has faded over time. So this squeaky clean Cassadine definitely can't take his father's spot. Neither can Spencer. He is too happy walking on the right side of life. Well, thankfully, there is one more Cassadine safe in the vault. Moreover, this one has shades of gray that can turn darker. When Valentin was first introduced on General Hospital, he was touted to be the most evil of them all. However, with time his character arc changed tremendously, and he developed a taste for being Mr. Nice Guy. In sharp contrast, Nikolas' evil genes were always dormant, and he preferred to dwell in the white and light gray areas of life. However, in the recent past, he has been walking awfully close to the line of black. Could he jump over to the dark side if he was to wake up from his coma? Considering the fact that Nick did snap quite badly towards the end gives us hope that he could prove to be Victor's heir after all. After sleeping and impregnating his son's girlfriend, Esme, he took her hostage and kept her locked up in a tower. Typical villain behavior. Moreover, the realization that Ava almost bludgeoned him to death and that Spencer is so against him could just be enough to push him into a fiery vengeance. So, when Nick wakes up from his coma, there is a lot that could change for him at a cellular level. We'd have seen characters flip over as much as a paper cut. Nick has surely faced much more than that. However, another big question that still needs answering is, who will play Nick whenever he decides that he has had enough sleep? Will it be Marcus Coloma, Adam Huss, Tyler Christopher, or an entirely new actor? Stay tuned to the upcoming episodes of General Hospital to find out the answers. Nikolas Cassadine has been chilling in cold storage for a while now on General Hospital. Okay, no, not literally, but yes, he has been rather inactive thanks to Ava. After she bludgeoned him with a sharp piece and assumed him dead, Mason moved him to a long-term recovery center where he is in a coma. But how long can Nick stay there really? Well, forever, if the makers wish so. But that wouldn't make for an interesting tale, would it? Certainly not. Thus, the Dark Prince must rise, and then possibly save the day, or at least his sons, if he wants any chance at redemption. Back in the day when the news of actor Marcus Coloma, Nick, exiting General Hospital broke out, we knew we'll lose the Dark Prince. At least for a while. Everyone thought he would skip Port Charles to avoid getting arrested for Esme's kidnapping, thus leaving the door open for a recast Nick to return someday down the line. However, General Hospital shocked us by killing Nick at Ava's hand. Nobody could believe it at first. But then, just as everybody digested Nick's grim fate, makers turned the tables again. Nick was shown to be stashed away at a recovery center in a comatose condition. This move by the makers opened up the possibility of Nikolas Cassadine returning to Port Charles someday. Now we are wondering if that day is already upon us on General Hospital. Before Nick vanished, he had completely spiraled downwards and managed to earn everybody's ire. His wife, his son, his friends, absolutely everyone. So if he wants to return home to less hostile loved ones, he really needs a shot at redemption. And what better opportunity than saving his sons, Spencer and Ace, from evil Victor? The whole of Port Charles is rallying together to stop Victor from releasing the deadly pathogen on General Hospital. However, that is not the only concern. Victor is a seasoned player and is holding Spencer, Ace, and Lizville hostages for leverage. We skip Trina because she jumped on that bandwagon herself. But well, she needs saving too. Currently, Valentin, Drew, Curtis, and Laura have reached Greenland in an attempt to rescue the hostages and pull the plug on Victor's plans. Holly Sutton is on her way to join them soon enough. But what if Holly is not the only one to join them there on General Hospital? Perhaps the Dark Prince would awaken right in the nick of time and jet off to Greenland to help save the day, hostages. It would not only serve as an unexpected twist in the tale, but would also make the perfect return story for Nick. But will it be enough? Will Spencer and the rest forgive Nick for all the messes he created before vanishing? We'll have to wait and find out. But there is another pressing question here. If Nikolas Cassadine returns, who would portray him on General Hospital? Considering the backstory behind Marcus Coloma's exit, the chances of him reprising the role are rather bleak. The next in line would be Adam Huss. He has filled in as Nick several times over the past few years and has gained a lot of acceptance as Nick from the viewers. Moreover, he was the one who pulled Nick to the exit when Marcus left the ship. So it would make sense for him to return as Nick once again. However, recently, actor Tyler Christopher, the OG Nikolas Cassadine, expressed that he would be open to reprising the role if offered. This largely opens the possibility of Tyler returning as the Dark Prince. There is a huge section of General Hospital's fandom that would love to see him back on the soap. Lastly, if none of the above options feel viable to the makers, the option of a brand new recast is always open. However, If it was up to you, who would you pick as your Nick? Tell us in the comments. Meanwhile, stay tuned to General Hospital to find out what happens next. General Hospital spoiler mill is buzzing bonkers that Nikolas Cassadine could be well on his way back. But along with Nick, the cat will also drag in a big pile of questions. Who will play Nick? What will be his character arc? Which side of gray will he dabble in this time? The dark or the light? So much has happened for Nick in the recent past that honestly the coin can land at either side. Let us take a quick look at what are the possibilities that could take place upon his return to Port Charles. Currently, Nick is battling coma in a long-term recovery center under Mason's attention on General Hospital. However, it is only a matter of time before he wakes up. Because, let's be honest, if the makers didn't intend on bringing him back, they would have let him die at Ava's hand that fateful night. This is a huge storyline on ice just waiting to be thawed. And if there was ever a best time, it would be now. Victor is gone, and Valentin and Spencer are as far from the evil Cassadine gene as possible, at least for now. So the one Cassadine who has shown the possibility of getting really dark on General Hospital recently is Nikolas, and the evil chair that Victor left empty is just aching to be filled. Perhaps when Nick rises from his sleep, he will wake up a few shades darker. He may feel like his loved ones, especially Ava, have massively wronged him. Esme literally destroyed his life. A tried to kill him, and his son Spencer wants nothing to do with him. Towards the end of his previous storyline, he had already begun to spiral downwards, so this realization may be enough to push him over the edge. It is not just what happened to Nick before he fell into the coma, but also the realization he might have upon waking up on General Hospital. Literally, no one is looking for him right now. What are the chances that wouldn't pinch? Maybe that would make Nick realize that he is on his own and push him to seek revenge over everybody who has left him heartbroken, betrayed him, or as basic as call them out on his behavior in the past. If that happens, Ava better watch her back. However, if the coin lands with the other side up, Nick may also wake up to a whole new perspective on General Hospital. He may realize what a rat hole his bad choices landed him in, and may decide to turn over a new leaf. He may try to bury the hatchet with Ava and make amends to Spencer. However, it will be interesting to watch if Spencer would forgive him or draw swords with Nick over wanting Ace's custody. What do you think? Which side of Nick would you like to watch in the future? Tell us in the comments. Meanwhile, stay tuned to General Hospital to see what happens next.